guys ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready? Here we go.
What's good, y'all? Welcome into the OG NBA betting show. Got Babano and Wham Bam with me. And we still got some games left. I know a lot of them started already, but we still got a few we can get to here and find some money. We'll go around the horn real quick. Wham Bam, what's good with you?
Man, y'all know what it is. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Shout out to Christian Hess up in here. I feel y'all, man. Shout out to our guy, Tommy. We in here, bro. Shout out to the people in the chat. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the content. If you're on Twitter, retweet. Damn. I'm feeling good, bro. It's a good day. Early basketball. Coming off a pretty good weekend. Feeling good about that and happy to be back. So last week was terrible for best bets for me. I don't think I won a best bet last week. So got to get back on the right side of things there. And NBA is definitely a drug, bro, but we're going to get right to it. Already started off this week or today with a loser to be transparent. So I don't think we got any more of those left in me. So let's get to the W's.
Babano, what's going on with you?
Yeah, good to be back with everybody. Happy MLK Day, of course, on this holiday. Daytime basketball, daytime hockey. I mean, you got all kinds of sports going on the holiday. That's always the great part of it. You got NBA, college basketball, NHL hockey all going on. So giving us some things to watch and bet during the day. But, actually, most of the games are still ahead of us. There's still 6 games on tap. We'll break them all down. Only 3 have started. So we still got most of the card ahead of us. And a couple good spots out there, and we'll break it down.
Yep, let's get to it. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate all y'all tapping in. First game we're going to talk about, game I like, Mavs and Knicks. Opened up -10. It looks like 12 now. Total open 229.5. Looks like 231.5. And nobody on the injury report for the Knicks. Looks like they're full go tonight. Cooper Flag has been upgraded from questionable to probable, so we'll expect him out there tonight. But other than that, they're going to be missing, a lot of size. Gafford, AD, Washington. Also missing D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie. So are missing some size for this Dallas team. And, I bet the Knicks. I bet them -10.5. And a lot of it, I did think Brunson and Hart were going to play because they practiced yesterday. And also, the Knicks just have a big rebounding advantage in this game with the lack of bigs for the Mavericks. Like, who's stopping Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson from grabbing these boards and getting them second chance points tonight? The Mavericks, they won back-to-back games versus Jazz. They're feeling good right now. The Knicks, they're off 3 straight losses. They're hungry tonight. They're going to blow these boys out the gym. Knicks -10.5 for me, but it's up to 12 now. I'm going to go to you first here, Wayne Bam. What you think?
Yeah, I actually thought this was going to be a high-tempo scoring type game because back-to-back games here. I know there was the Utah Jazz, but these guys put up some pretty big numbers against the Jazz, and I think that they may be able to translate just off of shooting, seeing the ball hit the rim there. So I do like this over here a little bit, and it looks like that is one of the trends for the head-to-head series. The over is pretty much a good trend there. It has hit 5 of the last 6 games within these two teams. And that's kind of how I was looking here, but that's the only thing I was looking into.
Babano?
I think what you just said, Wham's the better bet. I mean, I bet Dallas overnight, and I've got a bad number, 10.5. I've been fading the Knicks. I took the Phoenix against them on Saturday. Phoenix was pretty much ahead most of that game, but I didn't expect the whole cavalry to come back here for this game. Remember, that was the New York team that had still a lot of pieces missing on Saturday against Phoenix. That was one of the reasons why we took Phoenix. Plus, they're just one of the best damn point spread teams going in the NBA this season. But yeah, I wouldn't take Dallas now. I mean, I'm not buying out of it. I'm just, I'm stuck with a bad number. I'm just going to stick with it. Hope for the best. But you're right. I don't love Dallas now, knowing that New York's going full strength. And look, it is MLK Day. This is NBC. This is a nationally televised game as well, coast to coast on NBC. It probably has the Knicks' full attention. here, looking to snap the losing streak. So I think the over now is the best way to go. I could see there being points, and I could see there being very little that the Mavericks can probably do as far as paint and rebounding. They're going to have a tough time on the glass today. There should be easy looks, easy points inside for the Knicks today here in this game. So the over does make sense. And as Wham said, 5-1 to the over in the last 6 meetings.
Good stuff. Next game we will talk about is the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz and San Antonio Spurs. 16.5 point spread. Total came down 3 points to 238.5. Let's just glance. I mean, should be some. Vassell is out again, once again, for the Spurs. For Utah, no Markkanen, no Harkless, no Sensabaugh, no Niang. So a few people out for the Utah Jazz. The only thing I thought to play in this game was Champagnie over his rebounds. With Vassell out, he has been hitting. I mean, he's hit 7 out of 10 games. He missed it last game, but he's not missed twice in a row. And this is a Utah team that's not the best rebounding team. So I'm thinking about playing him over 6.5 rebounds. But other than that, I didn't get involved. Wham?
Yeah, this is the last game of the road trip for these boys. And they've been on the road for quite a while. I think their first game was against Cleveland back on the 12th. So this is the last road game for the Utah Jazz. I honestly think that they're going to go out covering here, man. I think they're going to go out covering. I don't necessarily think that this is a Spurs team that's going to lay up on them by any chance. They have come off a pretty good win against Minnesota last game, where Ant Edwards was fucking phenomenal, had a career high where they allowed them. But ever since the Ballhead Twins became the Ballhead Twins and Victor Wembanyama and Kendall Johnson, they have this little camaraderie thing going on here. I think that may be kind of where it's going to be at today. It's going to be chills and vibes on the damn bench where they're not necessarily trying to win by this much. So I kind of like the Jazz a little bit here. Nothing that I locked in officially here, but I do kind of like the Jazz. I don't think I want to jump on any prop at all in this game because I don't think nobody really cares about this game.
Bano.
I think it's a lot of points too, but I'm not on Utah for one very specific reason here. The last time they played these two teams in San Antonio, Utah beat them down 127-114. They were a 13.5 point dog in that game, and they won outright 127-114 late December, right before we went into the new year. And that was a full strength Spurs team. Wemby played, Vassell played, Castle. They were all healthy for the Spurs, and the Jazz still went in there and beat them. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Spurs were coming off one of those OKC games as well. I think it was after Christmas when they beat OKC again, and they were flat as can be against Utah in that game. So it's a little revenge spot here for the Spurs. Not to mention, you look at this team without Markkanen. God, the defense is just optional, and they're not opting to play any defense right now, Utah. You look at these games without Markkanen flying way over the total. You look at the points they've given up here last 3 games. 2 of them were against the Dallas Mavericks, and Dallas here just absolutely ripping them apart. 138, 144. It's not a whole lot of defense being played right now by the Jazz. So I actually look toward the total here in this one, over 238.
Over 238. Definitely can understand that. Definitely can. Pacers and Sixers is not one I want to get too involved in, I don't think, but it did open 10 down to 6. And the total, right, I mean, not too far from the opener. We're looking at 227.5 there. For the Pacers, still no Mathurin, no Toppin. For the Sixers, Embiid and Paul George are both questionable. I'm just going to pass this one off here to Babano. I'll ask you what you think about the Sixers and Pacers.
This one is I think I've had enough of the Philadelphia 76ers. I couldn't believe what I saw Friday night in that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm still pretty angry about that one, how they just pissed it away late. But nevertheless, I'm not ready to lay points right now with Philadelphia right now. Obviously, Indiana, they've taken some money here. That's going to be a Philadelphia team that enters this game with obviously some lineup concerns with obviously Embiid and George right now. Highly questionable here for this game. Mathurin and Toppin still out for Indiana. Indiana's just it's you just don't know what you're going to get from them. You got them off a bad, terrible, ugly blowout loss against Detroit. They lost by 43 points in that game, 121 to 178. And sometimes when you see a team off a loss like that, you're going to see them bounce back in the next game. So I guess I would I'd take the Pacers plus the points before I lay it with the Sixers, but I'm not that interested in doing it. I'm off the game.
Well, man.
Yeah, no, I'd like the 76ers here, and I know they suck ass these last few games against back-to-back games against the Cavaliers. They had the weekend off, though, man. They had the weekend off. Haven't played since then, and they're going up against a team that, let's be honest, this team is fucking all over the fucking place with the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all over the fucking place, so I think Embiid out is fuck. You even said it, Skee. The boy needs a shot. I mean, his knees is cooked. Get his ass out of there. He needs some milk, bro. Give Embiid out of there. That actually helps the Sixers. Give me the Sixers -6, man. I'm taking that.
All those fucking bastards had to do Friday night, the Sixers, is figure out how to contain Jalen Tyson. And they just couldn't freaking seriously 39 points they gave up to that guy, and all night, and he was torching them, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Down the stretch too. This was nasty. Like, you couldn't even.
I don't know what's happened to Nick Nurse, man. Nick Nurse is, like I said, thought he was a pretty good coach. I don't know. Hasn't been great with Philly.
Next one is Suns and Nets. Opened up -6.5, is up to 8.5. Total open 219 is down to 215. Booker and Jalen Green are both questionable. Igor, Highsmith, Sharp, Cam Thomas, all out for Brooklyn. This Nets team has not covered once on a back-to-back. Not once. That makes me want to look at Phoenix. I don't like the questionable tag on both Booker and Green. I don't like if Booker's out, they still could win and cover, but it makes me like it less, obviously. If Jalen Green is in, I worry about the Sun side because just integrating a high usage player like that after so long, it could throw off whatever rhythm they have going. So I didn't get involved. I would like to see the injury report cleared up before I do. But Mano, I ask you, did you touch the Suns and Nets?
Yeah, I laid it with Phoenix. I am, obviously you'd like to see Booker and Green play, but this could be one of these crazy deals where they both don't play or one of them doesn't play and they still win and cover. How many times do we see that? And they still get the job done. I don't know if Brooklyn's can do anything about it anyway. Phoenix has beaten them by double digits 2 years in a row when they've made the trip here to Brooklyn. 2 years ago, they beat them on this floor by 16. Last year, they beat them by 24. Not even competitive, Brooklyn, in these two games. So obviously we'd like to see Devin Booker play, Jalen Green play, but I laid it. And I actually got a good number on this one because I got in on it at 6.5. It's gone up to 8.5. Maybe they are going to play with the way this line's moved because there has been some money on Phoenix. But yeah, ride one of the best point spread teams in the NBA. How can we not? 29-11 ATS this year, 8-2 in their last 10 ATS. Yeah, Phoenix for me. They have the potential. This has blow-up potential to me.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Suns too. I think I am concerned with the Green being added in. But I think if he's added in, and if, like, worst case scenario, like you said, if he's added in and Booker's out, that kind of is hard for them to be able to get. But I think Gillespie has been fucking phenomenal lately, and Dylan Brooks just taking a fucking roll back and trying to score is a plus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as much as I've been on Dylan Brooks, I've been seeing how struggled he is in this role. He needs to be more utility guy, be all about the defense and being all in other guys' skin. That's what he needs to be focused on. Having a guy like Green is going to help him fall back into that. So I was waiting for Jalen Green to come back here. That way I could really be more confident in the Suns. So I do like the Suns -8. I do think that's the way to go in this game.
All right. Next up, Celtics and Pistons. This open 4.5. I put 2.5, but no, my bad. I saw that wrong. Well, no, there's 2.5 out there. There is 2.5. The open 4.5 is down to 2.5. Total went from 226.5 down to 223.5. And injury report, Holland is questionable for Detroit. For Boston, Boucher's probable. Manat is out. Yeah, I didn't have the easiest time capping this game. It's probably gonna be a really great game to watch. Um, I just don't have a strong opinion. I would just be telling you guys anything, and I don't want to do that. So, I'll ask you here, Babano. You like anything Pistons and Celtics?
Didn't bet this initially. I like Detroit now as this gets closer to pick 'em. Detroit basketball. I think they're worth a look here in this game now that they got a great home record, 16-4. They've won 3 of the last 4 between these two teams. They've won 2 straight at home against the Boston Celtics. So they've played well here at the home court. I think they come to play tonight. It's an NBC game here in this one. Looks like for Boston, everybody's good except, of course, Jason Tatum. But you look at this Celtics team, the last few games, and I was able to cash with them against Miami, but they played poorly for most of that game. They were able to come back and get the job done. They did blow out Atlanta last time, but it's been a little bit of a up and down play from them as well. We saw them lose to Indiana, saw them lose to San Antonio as well here in recent games. I think with this number trickling down just a little bit now, I think Detroit, kind of a circle the wagon spot for them. I like them here at home. And now it's getting to the point where the money line is getting a little bit closer in range here, minus 135 to minus 140. You can start to get the money line as low as that price right now. So that's what I'll go with here. Pistons money line minus 135. I think they get the job done at home.
Detroit basketball.
And I like Cade over points. I think this is a Cade game tonight. I think he has a good one.
Yeah.
Wham, bam. What you got?
Yeah, I like Cade on national TV for sure, but I told y'all before, and I'm gonna say it again: the best team in the East right now is it's the Celtics, bro. It's like you can't call it right now. Everything is kind of foggy. I'm betting on the Celtics in the playoffs. If this is a playoff game, I know the rebounding advantage is for sure there with the Pistons. They dogs. Everybody's dogs out there. You know what I mean? But no. I think that the offense is going to be clicking here for the Celtics. That's what's helping them beat teams like this is when they can knock down shots better than the other team. When they shooting those threes here, I think the threes get dropped here. So I like the Celtics here. I like the Celtics, and I think the money, the line movement is with me for a reason here, and I fucking with it. So give me the Celtics +3.
Right. Head to head there. Celtics versus Detroit.
It's got to happen every now and then. Can't always agree.
Me and Bebeto normally do, though. Me and Bebeto normally agree.
He didn't Warriors. This one opened 6.5. It's down to 5.5. Total open 237.5. It's up to 238.5. Injuries. I see Draymond Green probable. Seth Curry out. Melton out. Santos out for the Heat. Jaime Jaquez and Davion Mitchell both probable. No Tyler Hero tonight. Wham Bam, I'm coming to you first on this one. The Heat, I feel like, usually beat the Warriors all the time. Like maybe it's just a bad matchup or something, but I don't think Jimmy usually plays in those games. I don't know. What you thinking, Heat and Warriors?
That is a great fucking game. Is this the first time he's ever played against them? Is this
it might be because I don't think he plays usually.
I gotta check that right now. Matter of fact, go to Babeno here.
He did play. He played in the March 25th game last year. He didn't play in the last one, but he played in the March 25th game last year in Miami. Miami won 112-86. They blew him out with Butler in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And he had 11 points.
Yeah.
6 rebounds. He really didn't shoot well. 41% from 3. I'm sorry.
Awful. I remember that game. I remember taking Golden State.
Free throws.
It was terrible.
No free throws. Didn't get no free throws in that game. So, if Jimmy don't get no free throws, he ain't gonna get good. So this game for me, bro, this is not one of those national games. This is not one of NBC games. This is under the radar. They're keeping this under wraps right here, bro. Steph Curry ain't been doing shit for me, man. I've really been trying to take him on the 3 side of things. He hasn't been doing anything these last few games for me. He's not necessarily he hasn't been able to get over his 3-point total, which has been like 4.5. So he had 4 and he had 2 the last 2 games. So he hasn't hit this total at all. So I'm not fucking with Steph. I don't think he gets it done today. Norman Powell on the other side, I think he has a good game. I think Norman Powell, I think the other boys will have a pretty good game. I honestly think that I don't want to trust the Warriors until they get rid of Jonathan Kuminga. I think there's a Jonathan Kuminga over this. It's a cloud over this Warriors team. Till they get him out of here, I'm not touching on anything with the Warriors here. But this is an interesting fucking game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat pull it off, though. I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat pull it off and win by outright, but I'm not going to be betting against it. Where's KC at, though? That is kind of strange. Where's KC? She's not in the chat right now, Skee. I don't know. This ain't the game she want to show up for. No.
You know, they be beating that ass every time they see the Heat. All right, that's the slate. I think we got through them all here today, so we can move it on over to best bets. And Wham Bam, we're going right back to you here. Let the people know what you think is the best way to get paid.
I seen a team. This is Michael Porter Jr.'s on Twitter, on Instagram. I think a fan commented under one of his posts and said, "Man, you need to get traded. You're not helping us. We need to lose." He said, "All right, man, I got you." I think he helps them out today. He doesn't do as well, and I think that they're going to lose and lose outright and lose this -9, -8.5, whatever you can get right here. I like the Suns -8. I think that the boy Jalen Green, if he does play, he's going to not necessarily hurt him as much. It's going to fall a lot of those guys into a role. So give me the boy Grayson Allen. Give me the boy Gillespie. Give me Dylan Brooks. Give me the Suns, man. -8.5. I think that's good money.
All right, next up, it's me with my best bet of Knicks -10.5. You can only get 12 right now. I don't think it's going to matter. I really think they're going to run Dallas out the gym. Fully healthy. You know, we know how good they are with Hart. And I talked about the rebounding and the size advantage in this one. So I think the Knicks really cruise to a very easy victory. Knicks -10.5. I still endorse the 12 as my best bet. But Bano, let them know how to get to the window and take us home.
Yeah, let's go over the total. Utah, San Antonio. I mean, Utah's just been flying over this total of late. 238.5. I think it's moving in the wrong direction. I know these games on Martin Luther King Day, and look, we're seeing it right now. A lot of these games, first two are way under. Clippers, Washington might stay under. But they're not all going to go under, and this to me is not an under. Not with the way Utah's defending right now. And I think San Antonio won't be scared to maybe pile it on because they lost to Utah here at home the last time they played them. But I think Utah will score. That's the one thing I would think they can do right now is still be able to push pace and be able to produce points offensively. So Utah, San Antonio, over 238.5 for my best bet. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button on the way out. Appreciate all of you joining us. The NBA is a hell of a drug, and you're looking at the plugs. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
You guys ready? It's the plan, Bobby.
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy?
You ready?
Here we go.